Good afternoon. Welcome to Wednesday afternoon meeting. I think we need to start. We have some bid openings. Okay, so I'll turn it over to the clerk.
Kelly Grayson, Clerk of the Board. We're doing a bid opening for the guardrail installation and repair. Is that one I can announce? This bid is from Columbia River Contractors. The total cost is $460,310.75. Next bid. I'm repeating the number for Columbia River Contractors. $460,310.75. The next bid is from Peterson Brothers. The total cost is $602,382.38. Next bid. This bid is from Capital Industrial. Total cost is $847,493.95. The next bid. This bid is from Coral Construction Company. The total cost is $542,205. Last bid here. This bid is for a different bid opening. So those were the bids.
All right,
Interesting range of
Yeah.
prices, yeah.
quite a range. And Mike, you want to start with the executive session, potential litigation,
Please, yes, for 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay, we'll adjourn and do that.
The board is extending the executive session for a period of 5 minutes until 1:51.
Okay, we're back for executive session. No decisions were rendered. We'll move on with the agenda with Public Works.
Good afternoon, Susan Eugenius, County Engineer. The item we have coming up next is I have 2 additional easements for the Dyke Road project. These easements, one is temporary and one is permanent right-of-way, and they are both with Consolidated Dyking Improvement District Number 2. Looking for permission for the chairman to sign so we can get these recorded.
I'm good with that. And those easements do include space for bicyclists?
Of course. Thank you.
Mike Moss, Public Services Director. This is our last meeting with the full board. So we just want to say thank you. A lot of stuff's happened over the last few terms of people in office, so a lot of work at the landfill and maintenance and parks, and so thanks for your effort. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you actually renew our faith in that government can do something.
Definitely.
How's it feel to just be standing out in the field and you're the only one there?
Luckily, there's a few of us standing together.
Yeah.
Some of us in a tree outfit.
So,
Sorry.
Any updates, like what's happening with the Burma Road issue and all that?
So Burma Road, I believe the surveyors went out and did a monitoring, and then there were no changes over the summer, but we have a good starting point for our winter. It hasn't drifted back anymore. Our survey is complete. We are working on initial alignment and coming up with what right-of-way we would need going that way, coming off of Burma Road to re-enter the gun range. So we are making progress on an initial design.
So that's kind of an abandonment of the current route?
Yes, it would be an abandonment of the current route.
What
So
happens there? Do we vacate it or who owns that property then?
so we would probably vacate it, but we might just leave it, because what I'm anticipating happening is we'll run the road to a certain point, the road will disappear, and then we'll use what's left of the road for the people to get in at the bottom. So there's probably going to be 400 or 500 feet that the river has reclaimed. I don't know if that would be worth vacating to the people when it's just basically river.
Well, and I worry also somebody else owns it. Well, you didn't tell us, even though we did.
Yes.
We have quite a few vacated road rights of way that we maintain, particularly along the Toutle River.
Along the
because it's
Toutle, yes.
Moved so much. I mean, Storm Road's probably the best example of that. I mean, parts of that Storm Road are still giving us headaches, right?
Yes.
In
And
more
then
ways,
there-
in more ways than one.
And then there are other roadways that just no longer exist anymore.
It's
When you
interesting, it's interesting to look at the maps because the maps show the roads very clearly, but there's nothing there.
And Dennis, when you said maintain, does that mean it's on the plan for resurfacing and all that kind of stuff?
No, I think Dennis means they're just roads that we have right of way for that are now in the middle of the Toutle River. There's quite a few that's what happened after the mountain erupted. And so there's swaths of land that used to be roadways.
The property lines don't change. So there's a
Right.
platted right of way and, nobody's going to buy it if it's
But
gonna
I'm
be eaten up by the
picturing
river.
like in Burma Road that you go someplace and if there's not a barricade, you're gonna go into a hole.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to barricade all that.
Yeah.
And it's maintenance. But
Yeah.
And what's the latest on the IGA? Did I get that right?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Alva.
IGA, that, of the milling stuff.
While Savannah's walking up, I'll let you know that while you two have been in office, we have gained 5 bridges,
Bridges
5 new bridges.
That's exact.
and a temporary bridge that will be used elsewhere soon.
Yes.
Just remember Commissioner Mortensen did that to you.
I
Wait a
blame
minute,
Mike,
wait a minute.
actually.
Try that again. The lights haven't come on yet.
These, like, okay. Actually, great question for the IGA, Savannah Clement Public Services. Mike Moss asked me to wear this costume to this event. Actually, Millig is at the Hall of Justice today. They've been there all day. Lauren has met with quite a few divisions on the second floor. We are, I think they mentioned about 80% done with a majority of the IGA, which includes pretty much all of the construction and engineering plans, conceptual design. And we're really coming really close to, I think, making a decision on relocation. We're not there yet, but there's relocation of people on the second floor. And that is probably the toughest piece of the project right now. Lauren has mentioned a couple times, like, we can engineer these HVACs all day long. It's what we do. It's really the moving the people and those individual department needs. And it being the courts, it makes it just even more complex. So, during times in COVID, we had, mandates that we could essentially close down courts to a degree. And so that gave us, I think, the ability as a county to really just run the one courtroom. We don't have that now. We are still required to do our full, the full legal process, and we're not able to condense it down like we were before. So we're just working through all of those kinks. I believe Lauren was able to go meet with Kim Bocut, director of the event center today, just to do a tour of the facility. She hasn't been there before, just to make sure we're kind of turning around, looking at every option. Was it turning over every stone? So.
And it's a short-term relocation for the second floor. They're looking at 12 to 14 weeks for the project, at least
Okay.
phase 1.
The second floor includes the courtrooms.
That's
Yes, it
correct.
does.
I mean, the relocation includes the courtroom.
It does.
Yes. We should have that document, I hope, actually by the end of January. So. I'll have that
So in
open.
January, the board should expect to see a plan that says, and relocation will be done in the following way.
Correct.
There'll be a target and an estimated cost.
That is correct.
And this is for HVAC and interior things. We're not moving courtrooms or anything like that.
Correct. No, no
Okay.
walls getting moved.
No, yeah.
HVAC, are we doing lighting and ceiling tiles at the same time?
We hope to request that from the board. We're waiting to get the cost of the actual HVAC first as priority, and then look towards we call them upgrades, but really a lot of it needs to be done with the LED lighting replacement, saving money, and then also the ceiling tile replacement along with that.
So I still not clear to me, do you expect that there will be courts in session on the second floor?
No,
No, during that relocation, no.
not during relocation.
Yeah.
That's about 18 weeks, you thought?
12 to 14, they're saying. They're thinking 12, but we're pushing it out 14, knowing there's always
I shouldn't have
issues.
said 14, I mean 18, I come too close.
Yeah.
We may just say
It probably will be 18 to 20,
yeah,
but
probably
we're
will.
planning 12 to 4, they're planning 12 to 14 weeks. At least that's what they told us this morning.
Well, I've mentioned before that I think we're not too far away from having to tell district court that there needs to be a new location. And it's kind of like there's an opportunity then to get them used to being out of their comfort zone and say, if indeed in the next 10 years, we need to add 1 or 2 more judges, I don't think this society is headed towards fewer law cases. It's just only more. And our population is increasing. At some point, those small courtrooms need to be remodeled for major trial courtrooms.
Correct.
So that's certainly looking far down the road, but it's going to happen sooner than we like. And yeah, I'm kind of thinking if the district courts have already moved out, don't let them back in. I mean, make sure that we accommodate them with some other way.
And you're correct on court time. Right now, we use juvenile court, especially jail court. Jail court's getting used probably 5 days a week.
Right,
Mhm.
yeah. So,
The juvenile, it being used 5 days a week?
Their docket's full at the jail court.
Jail.
The
not
jail
juvenile.
courtroom.
Jail, yeah.
Yeah.
they're not doing full jury trials for this. It's the arraignment
Yeah.
and pleadings because they don't have to move the prisoners.
Yeah, but I think it's more than just the prisoner docket, but I'm not 100% sure, but from what I've been told, it's more than that going there now.
Mhm.
Especially to the point now we're looking at, we did walkthroughs with the sheriff's department, adding additional security at jail because it really wasn't set up for full-time court sessions, which is happening now.
Do we know what the new owners of the mall have in mind?
No.
Just what I read in the newspaper, which was something along the lines of wanting to make it a mall again. So I don't know what that means. They want to look at more of an outdoor mall, like the Triangle Mall, or if they want to try to revamp that space as is, I'm not sure.
Are the new owners local?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they haven't contacted you for anything?
No.
I was hoping they'd contact us and say, we've got an idea.
The price is right.
We can put bicycle lanes all the way to the courthouse.
Velodrome in the mall.
There might be a legal problem with allowing Superior Court to move into the district court section because that part of the building's in Longview.
Mm.
But I'm not sure because there are subsidiary courtrooms in bigger counties,
Yeah.
so that might not be a forbidden direction. But
I didn't hear that too well.
the south end of the Hall of Justice is inside the Longview city limits.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
And so courts have to be inside the county seat,
Mhm.
but I don't know how absolute it is. Maybe you just have to have a court inside the county seat.
Yeah. Or if, I don't know if you can move them, a temporary basis for a few months. I don't know if there's,
Well, we have to have because we did it during COVID.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You know,
so
that
I
was-
don't know, but that maybe came from a state or federal.
Yeah.
So. But right now, they're just looking at all options for locations.
Mhm.
And Millie had not been to the event center yet. I know there's concerns about booking times and what, the event center already has calendared for, this year and next year or so, and losing revenue and catering and all that fun stuff. So, but she just wanted to have a chance to look at that site in person while she was in town.
Historically, when this building was the courthouse, was this the only courtroom?
I believe the GMR was
No,
also.
GMR was a courtroom.
Mhm.
So we had two
Two
courtrooms.
courtrooms,
Mhm.
right?
We actually threw both of these spaces out, to Millig to let them know that they're already essentially set up as courtrooms in great sizes, but we haven't gone there yet. They haven't approached that as an option.
Sure, we've got jury rooms.
No.
Yeah, where are the deliberation, where were the deliberation rooms?
In these campuses, I could not answer that as far as jury deliberation. No.
I believe on this side, they were back behind where our offices were. The walls have all been changed.
Mhm.
The only ones that haven't been changed are those concrete walls.
Yeah.
The restroom is pretty sacrosanct.
And unearthing things, couple, 3 years ago, who's counting it? There were big discussions about earthquake survivability of this building. Where does that stand?
Those options, I guess those improvements are still on our 5-year facilities maintenance plan. And I can't recall exactly which years we have them planned out, but it is, I believe, either 3 to 5 years out from now. We have money set aside for the earthquake retrofit for the design, not the construction.
Yeah, at one point it sounded like it was going to be a huge expense, and then they had rethinking, said, no, we could probably do it in a more reasonable fashion.
Yes, it will be a significant expense.
It will be a
It
significant.
will be, yes. And so the money we have set aside is purely for design to just try to, establish what the design costs would be to go that direction.
There's a certain charm with the outside appearance and the inside appearance. That would have to be altered, I would guess.
And you're stating about the historical characteristics of the building. I believe, yes. And this is a historical Washington State courthouse, so it does have specific guidelines for changing things.
That translates into more money.
Very expensive.
You can get a little bit of a glimpse of what it looks like if you go and look in the windows at Columbia Theater,
Mm.
because they've got the big steel reinforcements, because that's what they had to do when they did the big remodel.
Over where?
Columbia Theater.
Oh,
And I don't know if Lewis County Court or their administration building is very similar as far as I think age to ours. And I don't know if they've had those upgrades. But okay.
how about Pacific County Courthouse?
I haven't been to Pacific County.
That's a pretty
Courthouse.
charming courthouse, but it looks a lot older than this one.
Interesting.
It is, I think.
It
I think
is?
it is,
Yeah.
yeah.
And back on the relocation piece, I know earlier this year, you guys mentioned other locations, including maybe a school district or schools. We have reached out to the local school districts in Longview, Kelso, looking what buildings they may have vacant for a relocation. I'm actually doing a walkthrough.
Yeah,
Next
with the
person.
Kelso School District, trying to stay in the county seat. In proximity.
Relocation.
Correct.
Of this
the-
court, of the
Of HOJ's courtrooms.
HOJ's courtroom, not
Yes.
the Board of County Commissioners.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless you want to make that your last, direction to us.
People have been planning my last.
Okay,
Well, I thank you.
Thank you.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
We will
We will
miss,
be
I'll miss all
anticipating-
this.
We will be anticipating some great things in the coming years once we're gone, but we'll
We'll
be
cer-
watching everything that you guys do.
Certainly the superior attire will apply.
The meetings will be shorter, no history talks.
okay. Nothing else? Perfect. Tomorrow, from 4 to 7 is the function over at the Expo Center for these gentlemen. We'll be over there, so I think everybody's invited to
Tomorrow?
that.
Yeah, was it?
Oh, the surprise.
Yeah, the surprise, yes.
Tomorrow, just show up at the Expo Center, will you?
At what time?
4.
4?
It's a costume party.
I've already picked mine out. I'm dressing like a commissioner. It is interesting. Some people got invited at 4 and others got invited at 5. You did that on purpose, right?
Not really, but if you could show up at 4, that would be appreciated.
Yeah.
I mean, it is two
It started
different.
at 5 and then it changed to 4 and.
Yeah.
I said,
Oh,
"Well, I'll
that-
be
Well, I was
coming-
just thinking they told me 4 to get there on time, so.
I'll be.
I'm
coming
very much
back-
aware.
I'll be coming back from Centralia, so I could be closer to 5.
I was thinking in the new year, the new board meetings in the beginning will be interesting. The staff will say to the board, no, that's not how we've done it in the past.
Well, I
You'll be
think-
defenseless.
I
Yeah.
think between Tracy Jackson, and Mike Moss, you've probably got two of the most senior members of the county family now, in terms of institutional knowledge, the two of you, I think.
Correct. And I think Marin's right up there with us.
Mar-
Yeah, about
Okay.
20 years, if I recall. Yeah.
Okay,
Marin
Marin.
Fox.
but she seems bound by walls and concrete, so. Yeah, so the history has to come from. You have to be able to understand why we do the things that we do. I never have figured it out, but I just make up stories, so people.
Gonna say, when you get it figured out, let us know. Anyway, anything else? Okay, thanks for your time. We will adjourn.
Thank you.